Alright guys, so how the fuck did I learn 27 languages all at once? Right, so before I get into this, and I literally just picked up this new whiteboard for one of my places here in London, so I wanted to use it, so I thought I'll make a video. If you're new to the channel and you don't know me or what I do, is I do tons of things to make a lot of money online. I own a digital social media marketing agency, as well as multiple online e-commerce brands, and some software stuff. So if you're new to the channel and kind of you're interested in that, or want to start making a bit of money on the side, or just get involved in kind of where the market and economy is leaning towards, definitely subscribe. Go check out some other videos. I'll maybe put one or two somewhere up here. But to get into the main topic, which is why you're actually watching this. Now, like I said, I do a lot in marketing, so to be fully transparent with you, it's not clickbait because it is true, but as you'll see now, there's a bit of a spin. And I thought it would just be a really good showcase to kind of show you what you can do in the realms of marketing, tech, and kind of online. So how did I learn 27 languages at once? Right, let's kind of get into it. So the first thing is, right, pretty much it boils down to actually one thing, which is base. Right, build a base. Now this is something that really is not actually that complicated, but most people don't realize that most languages come from one language, which is Latin. So French, Spanish, all of them essentially come from Latin. So the theory is, well, if you can learn Latin, then pretty much you can learn all the others fairly quickly because they're just spin-offs, right? It's a little bit more complicated than that, especially as time has gone on, because obviously new languages have introduced new stuff which is completely French or completely Spanish, and therefore no longer using the old Latin terms and stuff, so that no longer works. In my case though, and I want to be honest because I actually thought about it, the title of this is going to be 27 languages because I just counted it. I don't think I can think of 27 human languages. But what I did and what I learned is not 27 human languages, right? But 27 computer languages. And they're called computer languages. That's a little bit off, I think, because these languages are also website languages. They're also app languages. They like device languages. Pretty much any technology stuff works on a basic understanding of one or two languages, and that is computers operate very, very differently. So look, if you're not interested in tech at all, then that's great, drop off the video. I'm glad I kind of caught your attention with some cool ad or whatever I did to get this video going a little bit. Like I said, go check out the others, but if you're not interested in tech, which is what I kind of do, then yeah, sorry for, I guess, getting you here. But anyway, to be a little bit more, if you are interested in this, essentially there's different types of values. And by the way, this is not a computer language video. I may, if you want, do a ton of those down the line, but it's obviously not going to take one video. But this is really, really a very valid principle to teach, because a lot of people, they're thinking about, maybe I want to develop video games, maybe I want to build an app. It seems like it's the cool thing to build an app. Most online businesses require some form of website. And each of those three things are different programming languages, which is really, really overwhelming, because if you Google, well, if I want to learn programming, what programming language should I learn? You'll see there's tons and tons of them. And then people get really, really overwhelmed, and then they end up, just giving up or saying, I'm not smart enough to do that, or it's not possible, anything like that. So I'm not going to go in depth into it, but I just want to touch on four aspects, which is variables. Now, variables are kind of, the best way to describe it is we have words and we have numbers. Those are two variables that we as humans kind of work with. Right, now computers have the same. There's tons and tons of them. I'm only going to talk about 4, but this is where the 27 languages comes into, right? So let me choose a different color. So the four that I'm going to be speaking about specifically, okay, specifically in this case is strings, right? Strings, int or integers, depending on which way you're looking at it, bools, right? And then arrays. There are a couple other, there's a couple other variables that come into it, but these are the four most used. Now, why is this important? Because there's 27 different languages that I know specifically. I think there's quite a bit more, but every single one of the 27 languages has strings, has bools, has integers, and arrays. Now, they may be called something different, but they work exactly the same way across all 27, and this forms the base of everything else that happens. So really, if you understand basics like this, you only need to learn it once to be able to technically learn it in all 27 languages. Now granted, I'm not going to lie to you, each language is slightly different. There's different, it's called syntax, but it's almost like grammar. So a different way of expressing things and different way languages work. And like I said, if you guys want me to, actually start teaching specific programming languages and show some really, really cool examples about that, comment it down below. We can definitely even talk about implementing programming languages and apps and stuff into marketing and Shopify, dropshipping, e-commerce, all that great stuff. But I just want to explain these four things because when people look at it, they're like, okay, I don't understand any of that. So this is probably going to be slightly difficult, which is, I don't want to say it because I think I'll get a lot of backlash for it, but I'm fairly sure that the reason this is there is to make it seem more intimidating than it is, so that a lot of people don't kind of, get involved, I guess. But essentially, strings are words, so it can be literally any English, any Spanish, French, any language, human, doesn't matter. If it's a word, it falls under a string, right? Ints, these you can think of as numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. Bools are, this is a little bit more complicated. Essentially, a bool can either be, let me see if I can get a, bools can either be true, right? Or they can be false, okay? So, I hope you guys can see that, but true and false. If you can't see it, just listen, and questions down below, right? A bool can either be true or false. Now, if you think about computers, a phone is either on or off, right? A lot of the way computers work, you would have heard it, is binary, zeros and ones, on or off, left or right, etc., etc. That's where this comes in. So something is either true or it's false in its current state. Fairly easy. An array you can think of as a list. So if you make a to-do list, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got some form of writing or a couple numbers, etc. Prime numbers would be an array. It's a list of specific numbers, right? That's literally all an array is. So a list, true and false, numbers, and words. So these four things are used in every single programming language. Pretty much just by this short, brief understanding, you already have a feel of what's going on here. And look, obviously there's a ton more that you would need to learn. You've got if and else statements and it just goes on. But a lot of it is, the nice thing about computer languages is a lot of it, if it's used in one, it's most likely going to be used in some form or another way in another 9, 10, 26, 27 languages. So the reason why this is important is I believe that learning a programming language is one of the best skills you can have in a 2019 world, especially with a lot of the stuff that's going on. And a lot of people who I've spoken to, they say, okay, cool, but I don't know which field that I want to go into. So I don't know which language that I want to learn, so I'm not going to learn any, right? Hopefully with this, I'm trying to instill in you that, choose one, try and kind of get a bit of a heading. If you want, again, let me know and I'll kind of put out a video on what I recommend as a language to learn. It depends on your situation and what you want to do with it. So like if you want to develop for iPhones, it's great to learn Swift. If you want to develop in general, probably a good idea to learn JavaScript or something like that along the lines. But either way, you learn the basics of it, and then you can pretty much just go on and apply it. So yeah, again, I think that I'm going to do something with this video to kind of get a bit of views and momentum rolling. Like I said, I've only just started this YouTube channel, so it's fairly new. So I would feel honored for you guys to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. There's tons of value coming out on, really just looking at, I don't want to be just another YouTube channel that is, making money online, and that's easy. Making 6-7 figures online is not that difficult. There's tons of resources online that you can go ahead and do that. I want to be kind of more of, I guess, an innovative, channel, something like that, where, we look at things which are completely abstract, like this. This has nothing to do with making money online. This could make you money online multiple different ways, whether that's consulting, developing apps, websites, hacking, whichever you want to look at it. But it's something that's very, I think, unique and very abstract. So, we might do this one week, and then next week I'm like, all right, this is how you set out a Facebook ad that will make you $10,000 in the next 3-4 weeks. This is how you do it. This is what you can do. Implement it. There you go, $10,000, done. That could be next week. So making this video, just going on and on now. Appreciate you guys watching anyway, and hopefully I'll see you. I do daily videos now, so hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.